Hello, I'm coming to you today to share a project that I created today, and I'm going to give you a teensy tiny tutorial for the project. I am hosting a card kit swap, and I really like making card kits. It's a really fun way for you to create a gift for you to share with a partner, a swap partner, or you could give it as a gift to someone who maybe is expressing interest in starting paper crafting, and you can give them everything that they need to create a card set, a set of cards. For my card swap, we are doing mini slimlines or regular slimlines if they wanted to. I chose to do mini slimlines, and the mini slimline size is 6 by 3.5. So we went with that one. The regular slimline is 8.5 by 3.5. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to create policy type envelopes for both sizes. And to create the cards, it's really easy. You just do a 7-inch by whichever height you want. 7 by 6 or 8.5 by 7. Is it 7? Yeah, because 3.5 and 3.5. Yep, by 7. And then fold it in half. It's really simple. And then I'm going to show you how to create the envelopes as well. But first, I'm going to share with you the swap that I created. This is it. I used Echo Park's A Slice of Summer to create the collection. It's really pretty papers. It's not papers that I normally use, so it was kind of fun to play with them. But they did turn out really cool. I think I like them. So I hope that my swap partner will like them as well. But I'm going to show you what I put in my kit, okay? So I packaged it all up together in this little, I believe it's a pencil pouch. I bought a few of them at the end of the season this year, at the end of the school season, or the school shopping season, I guess, for like 15 cents or so, and put them away just for this. It had, over here, it had a the holes for a 3-ring punch. I just cut them off and just used the, just wanted just the pouch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that I put into it, so it'll give you some ideas of what to include in your kit. So for my collection, I bought the 6x6 paper pad because I was making the 3.5 by, or the mini slimline, so I bought the 6x6 paper pad for that. And then I also purchased the chipboards, and I purchased some of the ephemera. So I went ahead and just created a whole kit with those things. And I'm going to show them with you, okay? So there's the paper. I gave, to start it off, I included one piece of pattern paper for one piece of each pattern from the collection into here. You don't really need to do that many because the requirement was 5 cards. So you really only needed to do 5 pieces of pattern paper to cover the cards with. But I chose to give them the extra just because I knew that this wasn't a kit that I was going to work with again. So I just gave them a little bit more than what was necessary. So here's my patterned paper. And then here I included some solid color paper, and these are 4x6. I had these left over from making the envelopes, so I cut a 4x6 piece off of each of them, and I included them in here for my partner to create. They could cut from it, they could use it as a mat, they could do whatever they wanted with it, just to help them create the card. So I included those. And then here are my cards and my envelopes. I will open them up real quick and show you. I created 5 cards and 5 envelopes. These are the cards. Oh no, I don't know what happened there, but hopefully they're going to cover them anyway, so that'll be okay. I created the 5 cards. These are my mini slimline cards. And then I also created the 5 policy envelopes. And the way that I did mine is I used this is Echo Park solid color paper, but it's single-sided, so on the back side it's white. And I wanted it to be white so that it would be easy. What is all over these things? So that it would be easy to address them. But I created 5 of them. And I used thick cardstock to create my card bases. You want to make sure that they're nice and sturdy. And then we put those back in there and seal her up. There we go. And then I included some of the smaller chipboard pieces just in a little package. Those were the leftover ones. And then some more of the bigger ones I put in here. These were what was left over after I created the kit. And knowing that I wasn't going to use them, I just included them into the kit too. They weren't originally part of the kit, but I just included them. Same for this one. They weren't originally part of the kit, but I left them in there. This is the thing I like the most. This is for all the extras I made. I created this little folder. It opens up like this. On the end of the baker's twine that I'm tying it with, I just tied a little ribbon, and it opens like this, and it's a little waterfall for the ephemera that I created, or for the ephemera that's in here. I have some chipboard. I have some of the cut-aparts, and then here I have some of the ephemera. Some more cut-aparts, and then I included some sequin bows. And then down here, I have 4 different colors of baker's twine that all match the patterned paper. So I created that, and I'm very happy with how that turned out. I really like that. Then here, I used my Cricut, and I cut out hello and hugs, I think. I think I have 6 of them in here, but I did them in 2 different colors, plus a black shadow. So they can choose to either use the colors alone, or they can glue them onto the black shadow, and or one of them onto the black shadow and then use the other one. But I didn't know what colors they'd want to use, so I sort of just created a few so that my swap partner could use whatever they wanted. Then in here, the only other thing that I purchased for this swap was these beads, and these gems. They are from a different design. They're Doodlebug, but I thought all of the colors went really nice with the colors that were in here, so I just thought it would be a nice mix. And then here I have another chipboard, and then just a few, in case they didn't like the sentiments that I had die cut, I included some gold sentiments. I included a little piece of black glitter paper because I thought that it'd be really cool for mounting the gold sentiments on, or they could do whatever they want with it too. That's why I didn't pre-do anything. I figured, they can use their imagination. And then I also included a little sheet of white polka dotted acetate in case they wanted to make a shaker or a window card or whatever. I just wanted to leave the possibilities open. I sort of went through my junk drawer over here, or my little junk pile, to see whatever leftover scraps I had, and I found the acetate and I found the glitter paper, and I thought they would be cool in there, so I included them and then packaged them up nicely in this little packaging. And then that is my swap, and then I put it all into the packaging. So I'm going to put that aside, and now I'm going to show you how to create the envelopes in case you would like to do that. Okay, so we're going to start out with the littler one. Now, creating these envelopes is very easy. If you're going to do the mini slimline, you're going to need a piece of paper that is 7 3/4 by 8 1/2. Okay. So we're starting with the 7 3/4 by 8 1/2, and we're going to score it at, oh wait, I'm sorry, I have the 7 3/4 along the top. I'm going to score it at 2, and I'm going to score it at 5 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score it at 3/4, and I'm going to score it at 7. Okay, so that's it for the small one. And now we're going to do the big one. I'm going to show you how to cut it because you cut them both exactly the same. I'm just going to give you the measurements for the larger one. If you want to do the full-size slimline and make these envelopes as well, you're going to start with a piece of paper that is 7 3/4 again. And this one is by 11. So we're going to score this one at 2 and 5 3/4. Same measurements as the other one on that side. And then we're going to turn it around, and we're going to score this one at 3/4 again. And then the score that is different is the 9. We're going to score this one at 9. What that should give us in between the middle is a finished size of 8. Is that not right? It's not right. Because that's going to be too small, I think. Yep, that's way too small. Okay. So we need a bigger one. If we do 12, and then we would need to score that at 9 3/4. So we would need to score that at 9 1/2. Okay. Did I mess up? Yep, that was my bad. Okay. So, oh, I even had that written down. Man, I am dumb. Okay, so never mind what I said. This is still an 11-inch sheet of paper. So it's 7 3/4 by 11. You're going to, on the 11 side, you're going to make your score mark at 3/4 and 9 1/2. Okay? And then at the 7 3/4 side, you make it at 2 and 5 3/4. Okay? So let me go over that one more time just because I know I was not very clear. You have a piece of paper that is 11 by 7 3/4. Okay? You're going to put this in here at the 11-inch side, and you're going to score it at 3/4 and 9 1/2. And then you're going to turn it around, and you're going to score it at 2 and 5 3/4. Okay? That is that. Whoops. My bad. That was very loud. And then we'll do this one. Well, let's do this one here. Then you're going to get your scissors. And we're going to start on the bottom. And the bottom will be the part that has the smaller one. And that will be the 3/4 inch. We're going to cut straight up on those score marks. Okay? Then we're going to turn it to the side. And cut those ones at an angle. Okay? And the reason that we do that is because we do not want it to bulk up too much down here right by the score mark. Okay? So we got that. And then let's go up to the top here. On the top, we're going to cut this score mark straight on this side. And straight on this side. And then you're going to angle this one. I like to make sure that I am starting my angle cut at the same spot, so I usually measure, except I made that extra score mark, so I just used that one for this one. But I usually measure it, but you don't have to do that. I'll show you on the next one. So then we're going to fold these in, just like that. We're going to fold these in, and then we take, our corner rounder, because I like to round the corners. You do not have to round the corners. You definitely can leave them the way that they are. And then we fold these up. And there we go. And then we fold this down, and if I do not mess up, we will have a piece or an envelope that is 8 3/4 long by 3 3/4 wide. So that is your full-size one. That's for your regular full-size envelope, and then you just adhere down there and adhere down here. And then I take a little bit of adhesive and put it here that already has a backing on it, and leave the backing on it so that the person that you're sharing it with can then put it together. Okay, so let me write down the measurements for this real quick so that you guys can see it, since I was so unclear. This piece of paper is 11 by 7 3/4. Okay, you're going to score the 11 side at score 11 side at 3/4 and 9 1/2, and then score the 7 3/4 side at 2 and 5 3/4. That's how you're going to make your large policy envelope. Okay. Your small envelope, your one for your mini size card, is going to be 7 3/4. 7 3/4 by 8 1/2. You're going to score the 8 1/2 side at 8 1/2 side at 3/4, just like the other one, and 7, not like the other one. Okay, and then you're going to score the 7 3/4 side at 2 and 5 3/4, just like the other one. So that's your small envelope, and then you do the same exact thing for your small envelopes. You're going to cut the 3/4 side up, and then on the sides of those you're going to cut in. Same thing there. And then on the top you're going to cut straight on the score mark and straight on the score mark, and then make some sort of measurement, or if you don't want to make a measurement, normally what I do when I'm doing this is I bring the sides together like so, and cut that way. But you do it however you want. If you are not picky about how yours lines up, then it doesn't really matter. On the top part, you just want to make sure if you want them to line up where See where the points come together? This is where they don't line up. See how they don't match up? And then when you put it this way, they do match up. And it looks a little bit neater to have a little point. Okay? But it's your choice. It really doesn't matter. You can also just cut them straight and then just glue them down and put a notch in there. Thumb hole. Okay? Then we rounded our corners again. And we adhere our folds, or adhere all the parts together. And if we've done this one correctly, we will end up with an envelope that is 6 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay? If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And I will see you all again soon with my next video. Bye-bye now.